Hey guys, I'm Johan. This is going to be my new YouTube channel that I'm going to start making some more, content, whether it be regionals, case tournaments, maybe some live duels too, maybe even some online reviews and gameplays. So basically what I'm going to showcase today is going to be my K9 Vanquish deck that I ended up placing 5th at the Queens New York Regional. There's about 400 players. Shout out to Jose for winning it. I know that there was a lot of good players in attendance, so it was fun to get the chance to play with everybody, and ended up going 8-1. Before we get into the deck profile, I wanted to do a few quick shout outs. I'm going to shout out Will Rodriguez, help kind of like finalize the tech choices that I wanted to make, and discuss back and forth why maybe this card could be better than this card. So pretty helpful overall. Zamidi, Min, those were the guys I went down there with. They also bounce ideas back and forth. All my friends on Discord and the ones I talk to every day, like Matt, other Matt, Alex, Andre, everyone in the local area. I appreciate like all the testing and the effort that we go through to kind of like pick the right choices, because no matter what cards you decide, it's ultimately about how you play the deck, right? And that's going to be the determining factor whether you do well or not. But it's always a continued effort on everyone's part, and I just appreciate their guidance and help. Let's get right into the deck profile. Okay, so we're playing 3 Holy Sues, 3 Raisins, 3 Jiaolongs, 3 Mad Loves, 2 Borgers, 1 Caesar. I mean, the ratios are pretty standard. A lot of people maybe cut down on 1 Borger. I do side it out often, but I like 2 in the main deck. I think this was perfectly kind of constructed for the tournament that we just played. It's a new format, so we'll see how things adjust, but overall, I feel like this is just extremely standard. You want to have all of them in your deck. We have 3 Stake Your Souls, Rhoda. Obviously consistency with this. Some people play pot. I decided against it just because like I'd rather fill it with some other techs and non-engine. We have Stake Your Soul and the Trap. The Trap, I thought about side decking it, but it's too good. It can win you games even without like a hard drawing into it. K9 engine, we have 3 Jokels, we have 3 Azunas, Lantern, Lupus. Yeah, pretty standard when it comes to the K9 stuff. Forced and Case. So with Forced, I almost took this out of the main deck. I actually had it in my side deck until like maybe like 10-15 minutes before I actually registered. I changed my mind because it kind of seemed more useful than the shifter that I had in here. Yes, I didn't want to draw it, but ironically enough, I drew this card like 3 times, games 3, and it just won me the game because they tried to stop me to get to this card, but I had just hard drawn it. So they wasted interactions on my like Ripper when they didn't really need to. Now for the non-engines, we have 3 Fua, 3 Ash Blossoms, and then there's like I was saying, there's a few slots in the deck that are just like kind of your tech choices. I decided to go with 1 Nib, 1 Dogeron, and 1 Phantasme. Honestly, the Dogeron came up so many times. In round 7, I think I played a Dragoon player, and he like I had no other out really for Dragoons other than this, and Dogeron just tributed it and allowed me to just continue to play like normal. And if I didn't have hard drawn that one game, I could have potentially easily lost with that and a rivalry and solemn judgments on the board. So next, let's go to the extra deck. The extra deck, we have the standard Zeus. For the K9 parts, we have 1 K9, 1 Ripper, 1 Hound. I decided to play Hound. I know I didn't have this deck in like the case tournament that I played last week, but this definitely comes up. There are rounds where even against like Mitsurugi, they play and like they stop you from playing, and then you have a few counters against them, but then they end up going into like Detonator and Mirakumo. Like if you, before they get the cross or like a Detonator or something on the board, and you use Lupus with Azuna to then just go into this, it's untargetable and can't be destroyed. So you just basically guarantee that you survive that turn and allow yourself to play. And it starts stuff on your turn, right? You get the turn back and then you just go Hound, like banish something. They still can't target it, so they can't detonate or negate it. They have to then potentially cross negate it. But if they do that, all right, perfect. You already wasted your cross. Now I just got to get rid of your detonator and stop like the prayers, and I could win. So I really thought that this card was really good. I definitely will keep it in there. The basic Nashunai package. So I was playing the C104 Horror. It's good, but I felt like my opponents were good enough. Like for the people that I would play, I knew they would find a way around the Horror to it not to negate an effect and not to discard a card. And typically I don't need the spell trap pop all the time, where what I did decide to play instead was the C107. The C107 I felt like just had way more utility that I could use with it, as I could, Nash Knight stop them, and then on my turn just instantly threaten to, Dark Ruler their whole board for the rest of the turn. Like, it is broken. Plus it's 4,500, so can get through like Lager Dancer, just random things like that as well. So it's worth it. We got the Paradise Smasher, the Valon, and the Rocks. I didn't make the Paradise Smasher once, but you still have to play it just in case you get in those situations where you get Fluid and Peruliad and you just had to kind of like give them a good bit of draws to even play. This can definitely just still allow you to win right through that. So it comes up, it just didn't come up for me this time. We have 2 Rocks, SP, and then for the last tech choice that I decided to make, I played Skuldred. So this card is really interesting because I only summoned it once, and unfortunately I didn't read that you had to use 2+ different name monsters to make this. So I ended up illegally making this by accident, and then that's actually how the only loss I took in the entire tournament was because game 3 I illegally made this by accident when I didn't need to. I still had more than enough to win, and and then so I got a game loss for that. But you live and you learn. In theory though, this card is really, really good. The ability to just kind of like draw into Vanquish Soul Engine when you don't have it is just, I don't know, it's priceless. And now for the side deck, we have 3 Perulias, Phantasme, 2 Lancias, 2 Pankratops. So these are kind of like mandatory. Even a 3rd Lancia is considered mandatory, but I knew I wasn't going to face like as many, like K9 Crystron. I wasn't gonna face against Malice. I knew I'd play it like once, twice, maybe 3 times, but I don't think this would have been the deciding factor, as I also have like a Phantasme in the main and another Phantasme in the side, and I could side in the Perulias. Like, I already have enough side engine stuff for them where it doesn't really matter. I decided to, like I said, put the Shifter in the side deck because I don't know if I really like it or not right now. It could definitely win you the game, but sometimes I wish it was just another card like a Chummy or maybe a Nib, just something else, because Sometimes it doesn't seem that effective, but it could win you a game for sure. And then I played Harpies, Talons, Called By. So the thing is, like, so many decks play like Goes In, Rivalry, random things like that I don't want to lose to factors I can't control. Or even just baiting out a Solemn Judgment. You know, any of those factors may come into play, but that's why I decided with the Harpies. These two, they're just broken. Like, you want to have them. If you resolve this, you win most of the time. And Called By, you know, just the greatest card in the world. And of course, like I was just talking about, I played Anti-Spell Fragrance and Tikaboo. These cards, I actually did not use them once in the tournament, but I was going second most of the time. I went to game 3 in 3 of my matches, and then the other 6 were just 2-0s, so I didn't get the chance to like play with these. But these definitely, with online testing, they come up all the time. I was playing someone online where I anti-spell fragrance them. They had 9 cards in hand and they still couldn't do nothing, like, because they just couldn't play. They knew that if they summon, I just snatch it. They do something else, special summon, I just pop it. And then without spells and extenders like that, you're not, especially in like Yummy. But that's it for the list.